1945 in Elizabeth, New Jersey, a queen established her monarchy where sovereignty was ignored and her full self destined to be misnamed before she had a name that was never her name. It was a shot glass first. Some say it was a rock. Some say it was a brick. Some say it was a bottle sitting. Sip, splash, shatter the reveal. What matters is that people saw. People could recount the moment St. Marcia decided a queen needed space amongst the need for space in a space with no space, a life lived in a vacuum full of love and hate and holy flowers hiding in back seats and blacked out bars flowing with watered down sanctioned libation, blurry and vivid, stone and wall. Glitter and gin flowing down the alleyways and the boulevards that link to the village comprised of a set of systems rooted in white supremacist patriarchal capitalism on Christopher Street. But if we're being honest, Mama would say it's just another Saturday, honey and the swine, ever present and anti-black, cuffing to shackle, knocking to break, snatching, lynched, pearls, clutched. When the sun went to sleep, the public moral squad would gather a stacked assortment of pawns and knights on the strip to ensure that the queens can be checked. St. Marcia can't be checked. She said checkmate when she said justice and power to the people before making it her home. En route to New York from Jersey, an egg cracked on a train to rebuild a caterpillar with a dead name, burying dirty clothes fit for a funeral, enveloped herself piece by piece in chrysalis spun from marvelous silk, arriving to the Big Apple, donning apprismatic color warnings fit for a riot. Darling, she was a painted lady, a butterfly, family, nymphalidae, genus, Vanessa, type, bug, pattern and coloring, hot peaches. Average lifespan in the wild, no data. Which is to say, when a monarch's wings get wet, she is likely to have drowned. Which is to say, we know she was bludgeoned and submerged. Her STAR children identified the body of the butterfly floating against the current of the Hudson River. The painted lady whose wings got wet. Mama Marcia paid no mind Johnson. They pulled her body from the water when I was just a baby, and the case is still cold, tight-lipped public servants. It's okay. The streets know the kind that stole Marcia's spirit from her bones. Hello, hello, hello. My name is Devon Ginn. I'm a poet, a teaching artist, an arts administrator, and a meditation leader broadcasting live from the historic Madam Walker Legacy Center. At this moment, let us respectfully acknowledge that this is a virtual event held on the traditional lands of the Miami, Potawatomi, Shawnee, Delaware, and Kickapoo nations. We pay our respect to elders past and present and extend that respect to other indigenous people who are currently tuned into this live streamed event or currently calling these lands home. Also, we acknowledge the ancestors and descendants of enslaved Africans who were brought to these lands or had their lives removed en route hundreds of years ago. Many survived the Middle Passage and the numerous undocumented cruelties currently ingrained in the history of the United States of America. It is on their backs that this country was built, and on their shoulders we now stand. It's important to note that human is as human does. So when you've got a splinter in your eye, it kind of feels like you've got a splinter in your eye. And the only image visible is that of a saran-wrapped dream coursing through gas-filled chambers for us to breathe with our human lungs, only to instigate a battle between logic and faith, like embodying a body of water to quench that insufferable thirst, resting sloppily across the bare skin of a rib cage that hides pieces of hearts, super glued to sleeves and closets that don't often get cleaned unless guts are being spilled like oil in the Gulf. So we shatter mirrors that reflect the light we're not quite ready to see, as if the being staring us in the face is Pluto. Pre-planted phases and those pretty planted faces sprout feathers from metropolitan soil. So you can jump as high as you might, but those pedestals will forever be out of reach, blocking the sky to ensure that our human tongues can't properly articulate the distance between these pupils and the sun. So we spit bullets aimed at a sunset that doesn't exist, hoping to juxtapose logic and faith between teeth that clench the tongues of those cranium-dwelling voices who turn pages of light with blood-stained fingertips. It's almost routine, see. I scratch where it itches, and you do too. I mean, we're just human, imperfections and all. Two random people we never met gave us a lifelong contract to a body we didn't ask for and enrolled us in LIFE, life, where the only way to get a diploma is to kick the bucket. So don't be sorry we don't dance that dance anymore. Don't be sorry we don't kick rusty cans anymore. We can easily tuck nostalgia away in a bottle rocketed pocket and stop, dropping and roll. Just one to lighten the mood, and we can fourth grade time capsule the past and bottle it in a jar near Romani villages where they dance our dances and where they breathe our sins, because remembering won't be so difficult anymore. See, human is as human does. So when you've got a splinter in your eye, let those monarch patterns ink graffiti onto the lining of your stomach, because that pain makes you tangible to somebody's God. And it's almost like we know exactly why we're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Again, my name is Devon Ginn. My pronouns are he, him, they, them. And we're excited to welcome you to our virtual First Friday program, which celebrates the opening of Spectrum 3, an LGBTQIA plus exhibition. This program is hosted in partnership between the Garfield Park Arts Center and Indy Pride, and that's who we're going to hear from next.
Hi everyone, I'm KAVITA MAHONEY. I'm the manager of the Garfield Park Arts Center, and I wanted to welcome you to our September 1st Friday, which is co-hosted by the Garfield Park Arts Center and Indy Pride. This virtual event is a celebration of our September exhibit, Spectrum 3, which is an annual exhibit that highlights artists of all ages from our local LGBTQ community. This exhibit intends to promote equity and inclusivity, and artwork showcased aims to be reflective of each artist's identities, stories, and experiences to achieve awareness of LGBTQ issues, especially as they relate to our Hoosier environment. Due to the pandemic, we've decided to host this exhibition and First Friday virtually. So we encourage you to visit our website to check out all the amazing artwork in the show. And you can check that out at gpacarts.org or check out the link below. The exhibition will be up through the entire month of September on our website. So peruse, purchase artwork, follow these artists, and support our local arts community. A little bit more about the Garfield Park Arts Center. We are located in the center of Garfield Park, which happens to be Indy's oldest urban park. We are part of Indy Parks and Recreation in the city of Indianapolis. We actually engage visitors in diverse artistic and cultural exhibitions, arts classes, and special events. We feature several performing arts spaces, several visual arts galleries, art classrooms, a play studio, and a literary arts library. As a community arts center, we serve audiences of all ages, all backgrounds, and abilities. So whether you are a professional artist or just beginning your skills as an artist, or maybe you're just an avid appreciator of the arts like me, we have something for you here. Our goal at GPAC is to provide a safe space for all to experience the arts and express their voices. We aim to celebrate the diverse and multicultural fabric of our local community through the lens of the arts and how it relates to our environment. Located in this beautiful park, we also love to utilize all of our green spaces for outdoor concerts, festivals, movies, and art fairs. We hope you'll come out and visit us and get involved. Maybe you will take an art class or attend an exhibition, or maybe even submit your work. So I encourage you to check out all the artwork on our online exhibition, and stay tuned and enjoy the rest of our virtual First Friday and online exhibit, Spectrum 3.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spectrum 3 Virtual First Friday event. My name is Tabitha Barber, Program Director at Indy Pride, Inc. Indy Pride is excited to work with the Garfield Park Arts Center. Indy Pride exists to support and serve our members in the Central Indiana community through leadership development, educational events, entertainment events, scholarship program, and of course our premier Indy Pride Festival and the Indy Pride Parade. I encourage you to join our organization and become a member. Membership is free and easy to join at our website, indypride.org. And I encourage you to stay in touch with us, keep up with what events that we have upcoming by following us on social media. We are at Indy Pride on all social media platforms. Thank you so much, and please enjoy the show.
Yes. Super thankful for Indy Pride and the Garfield Park Arts Center, two amazing institutions who do such good work. Next up, we have performances by Okara Imani, Lauren Curry, and Mae-Mae Han, as well as a conversation with Garfield Brewery taproom manager Josh Haines. Here's a bit about the performers. So Okara Imani is a vocalist and writer who studied music classically and has been raised under the influence of all manner of funk, jazz, alternative, and punk sounds. For this First Friday performance, her set is an expression of self-echoed voices she admires and is a collection of shared human experiences in retrospection introspection, and acceptance. Lauren Curry is a longtime dancer, teacher, and choreographer who has performed with and made work for several local and regional performing arts institutions, and recently became executive director of the Indianapolis Movement Arts Collective. Curry will be premiering an original work titled Gaslight 2020, which is a short comedy film about the terrors of working from home. I'm sure we all can relate right there, as well as a few other dance performances. And Mae-Mae Han is a singer-songwriter born and raised in the Indy area and is now attending Butler University. Go Bulldogs. She comes from a classical viola background, and she infuses that with her love for honest songwriting and indie pop music. Her most recent release, Sad Boy Hours EP, boy spelled with an I, was recorded and produced in her bedroom. This new body of work goes through the rise, fall, and healing of relationships. Here's some samples of Han's music in her performance. Now, prepare to be blown away by these talented artists and thought leaders. We'll be right back.
I've been living my life different since the day I found peace. So glad I stand a line of zombies moving all around me. Feels like I confined to limitation, space and time. I've been expanding my bandwidth to something unreachable. Watching life become compatible. Easy for me, love and mystery. You know what I've been doing lately, baby. Dancing, garden, all the flowers are dancing with me. So high from life, I ain't never ever gonna come down. Are you with me now? Me now. So baby, life's feeling like me. I've been bubbling like you do. See, I'm not trying to front, but now I do what I feel like they do. Now I've been turning over the things I'm so high up in the sky. You think that? Oh, I'm towards the sky. I'm so ready to try to spread this feeling from the floor to ceiling like disease. Something crazy epidemic. Happiness is living in me, just like a minute. You be feeling what I'm feeling. Just feel the feeling. I give you it's my own domestic baby. You rub your eyes and get yourself another that you try to help. I know because I did the same thing. Everything is working. Dancing in this garden. All the flowers are dancing with me. I'm so high, I'm life. I ain't never ever gonna come down. Are you with me now? Are you with me now? Can you tell me, baby? Are you with me now? Are you with me now? When I was older, I was the same. On an open sea. But now I'm underwater. I'm back again, dreaming of a time and place where you and I remain the best of friends, even after all is said. Can we pretend? Yes, I got caught on the rain. Yes, I've been taught that a little bit in my life. Memories burn like a forest fire. Everything hides tonight. When I was older, I was a saint on an open sea. Now I'm underwater, and my skin is pale. And my soul is and my skin is pale. Then it should
You look like a little rutabaga when you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for inviting me over. I had a really good time.
Me too.
Well, I guess I should get to work. Call you later.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing?
Yeah. Stop.
There's kind of a global pandemic and stuff. So to keep myself and everyone else safe, I'm working from home.
This is my house. Jerry, if we don't move these units by the end of the month, our quarterly number is gonna be in the toilet.
Hi, Miss B. Ooh, good thing you came in. You got a lot of split ends. And I can't do anything about that gray. But Carl will help you out. He does color. Jesus.
You the health inspector? Because those people asked for that chicken to be medium rare. You think they're gonna live?
Hey! We've already had several close-related injuries tonight. No one wants to see your Burning Man installation.
So then, I mean, it was weird. Like in the dream, my mother was the possum, but what's so strange about that is I love possums. And
Get out of my house! Get out of my house! This is not your home!
Carl, I'm sorry. If you'll excuse me a moment. B, do you really want to do this here? I mean, frankly, I'm sort of surprised at this behavior. Coming to my place of work and trying to work out our issues, it's just not a good look.
This is not your home, and those are my glasses.
Whoever's glasses these happen to be, I think what you should do is go home, clear your head. I'll call you when I get off work, and we can talk about it then. Okay. Thank you so much. Hey. Let's talk a little bit more about your fear of luggage.
Hey there, Miss B. Look like you've seen a ghost. She's working from home, but that sounds like a right fine idea. But yes, sirree work. Nothing wrong with you, Miss B. The nose to the grindstone could work. Now, I'm gonna give you my number. Should you need a reference. You have a nice day now.
Yeah, Jerry. Yep. Just gotta move those units. That's what we do. We move. A little old to be in this line of work. It's a tough economy out there, you know. Truer words were never said. You know, that's why me and my colleagues. That's good. At H&R Clock, we pride ourselves in providing financial.
thank you for calling Tinder. How may I help you?
Yes. What's your return policy?
You have 30 days from the time of swipe to return, exchange, or become a nun. Tinder disclaims all responsibility for excessive regrets, panic spirals, or crabs.
That's fine. Thank you so much.
My name is Josh Haines. I am the TAPROOM manager over here at Garfield Brewery. I'm a resident of the neighborhood as well. We are located at 2310 South Shelby Street, just a couple blocks north of Garfield Park on Shelby. We're open till 10 Wednesday through Sunday. Opening hours vary a little, 4 o'clock Wednesday, Thursday, 2 o'clock Friday, and 12 on Saturday, Sunday. We opened on July 4th, 2018, so we're just a little bit over 2 years old now. Originally, the owners kind of set out to just do a micro brew pub, you know, so no distribution, anything like that, just keep it small and in-house. And our kind of vision from the outset was doing a neighborhood brewery, a neighborhood pub feel. Everything we do is about the community, you know, since most of us live here, pretty much all the things we decide to give back to are here in the neighborhood directly. You know, the easiest thing to do from working with the Art Center. Pre-COVID, when we were doing First Fridays, you know, we'd set up beer tents and stuff like that at the opening events for First Fridays, donate a portion of those sales back. Personally, and with the business, we've collaborated with the Art Center on a couple different things. You know, the Garfield Art Music Festival, beer gardens, and every time we do stuff like that, we're giving a little bit of money from each sale back directly to the park. Besides that, we've teamed up with local businesses like Swayze Tenderloins that have events here on our property where we donate generally as much as we can off the sales. So like I know when we did it with Swayze, we raised several $100s for the farmers market down in the park. We teamed up with John and Greg to do yearly beans and ham and beans cookout, give back to the library here, and we've done several things with the neighborhood association as well. I have a background in art, you know, running a gallery before this, so I have a lot of contacts to bring in to show different local artists. Obviously right now it's a little bit different with everything being shut down and the TAPROOM itself being shut down inside. Can't really showcase too much, but once things do get back to normal swings, we rotate out the artists every single month and kind of try to keep it a focus on local art, like directly on the southeast side. You know, we bring a lot of artists from the neighborhood, even up here right now. So we have some Jack Campbell's art, who's a sculpture artist who lives just a couple blocks down the street. Besides that, again, the Art and Music Festival, us partnering with that, trying to get, I guess, as much exposure for local artists and actual money in their hands as much as possible. I know I think one interesting thing we did in May was when everything was shut down just for carry out, you know, we bought artwork from 4 different local artists and had a weekly giveaway from them. People would come in, throw their growlers or walkies, and if they came in, they'd fill out a chance, like a little raffle ticket essentially, to be drawn for a piece of local art from an artist here in the neighborhood who is making their full income off their art. That was probably the hardest hit at that time. Yeah, so I think our biggest thing is we always keep a rotating list. You know, as I mentioned before, since we don't do distribution, everything is really small batch. So we're coming out with a new beer just about every week, sometimes every other week. And a lot of incredibly small batch. We're talking 2K batches of different flavored beer. So like this week, we came back out with our mango blonde. That is actually my personal favorite. I think it's one of the best beers we made, and I would say it's probably one of our most popular beers we made too. But if you look at our list, we have a couple that are around most times, which would be like our American Ale. It's kind of a light, pilsnery ale. We have our Tickle Belly, the strawberry ale. Tickle Belly is named after Humpback Ridge Park, actually called Tickle Belly Hill. That was really nice because it has a little bit of sweetness, but also has a dry base to it, so sweetness doesn't linger, which is really well balanced. I'd probably say one of the favorites of everyone, our Hazy IPA. That's a fun beer. It changes every single time we brew it. We change the hop profile based on what's available. So we're on Hazy number 13 right now. It's super tropical. Notes of pineapple and stone fruit is probably one of my favorite ones. And then just looking towards September, I know we have Oktoberfest coming out. You know, that is like the classic fall seasonal beer. We also, probably towards the end of September, maybe the beginning of October, have our pumpkin ale, which is made with 50 pounds of real pumpkin actually, which, you know, that's always fun for the brewers when you come in and they're just like so tired from stirring 50 pounds of pumpkin in with a bunch of grain. But no, it's good. It's not super sweet like a lot of pumpkin ales are. It's nice and creamy because we actually use the real pumpkin and not just pumpkin spice. And should all go well, we can actually do the cinnamon sugar rim like we generally do. I think we can even do it with plastic cups. But yeah, that's at least a couple things to look forward to in September.
Hi, I'm Mae-Mae Han. I'll be singing 3 original songs, Paint Aphrodite, Take Care of Your Home, and Skin Intoxication, that were inspired by my life, and also one of them by The Awakening by Keisha Graham. flaking, but you never come I can see. With you looking up something inside, with your hand pressed against mine. So lately I feel like you're right, shades of you inside my mind. Aphrodite, don't need a pretty, 'cause clearly she's already beside me. Why rain and blue, choose a different you, 'cause this is more than inside of you. Maybe a future of me and you. Multicolored feathers and only spectrum's femininity. Fresh addiction, fresh layer paint, strip off the old blood and create this harmony written poetry. When you looking up something inside, with your hand pressed against mine, so lately I feel like you're right, shades of you inside my mind. Aphrodite, don't need a pretty, 'cause clearly she's already inside me. My age of blue, choose a different hue, 'cause this is what I inside of you. Maybe a future of me and you. Unless you wish to stay, keep your wings clean. Keep it distant, separate from condemnation. So unfortunately, I think this is what to change. Aphrodite, cause clearly she's no longer beside me. White rain and blue, she's a different hue, 'cause I deserve more than just an outsider's view. Paint me a future of someone new. Clean up the mess and hang up all your clothes. Sweep up the floor and then have a repose. Just let your heart take a breath and you'll rise again. Keys in the bookshelf and clear off the desk. No need for perfect, just aim for your best. Even with no fruits too high, you'll still rise again. Don't forget, take care of your home. Above all else, all we need the most. I promised you more than shown. It's what you earned. So take care of your home. Strengthen yourself, eat a day fruit for once. 6 hours of sleep are nearly enough. You're only human, don't worry, you'll rise again. Hold on, relax with the ones that you love. Don't always have to be stuck in words. No shame in taking a pause when you're rising. Don't forget, take care of your home above all else. It's my so take care
All right, all right, all right. My goodness, those folks are super, super talented. And I'm super glad that I was able to check that out with you folks. All right. So we are with Indiana Pride of Colors, Mr. Carl. Carl, how are you doing today?
So, I'm doing good. How about yourself?
You know what? I really cannot complain. I cannot complain. And I'm super grateful to be sharing this virtual space with you. Tell us a little bit about Indiana Pride of Color.
Well, Indiana Pride of Color is a nonprofit organization that celebrates the diversity and the LGBT community. Whether you're Hispanic, African American, Burmese, you'll fall under that spectrum, right? But everyone is welcome. We not only do we celebrate the diversity, we do community service. We have workshops such as workshops about financial literacy, health. We have health and wellness workshops and different things like that.
Very nice, very nice. So you guys do so much here in Indiana, and I know that Indiana Pride of Color hosted a community service outreach event for those experiencing homelessness last week. Please tell us how it went and just share some general information about that event.
Yes, that was our first time. Usually, like I said in the beginning, we celebrate the diversity within the community. So this year we were not able to do our celebration in the park. So we decided that we were going to give back. We fed over 250 homeless people. We gave away PPE such as hand sanitizers, face masks, socks, and different things like that. We had so many people came out to support, as well as put the word out. We are planning for another one next month on the 26th, and so we're just in that stage of giving, and so we're enjoying it, and while we can, especially while the times that we're in, Indiana Pride of Color wants to give back, so that's what we're trying to do.
Very nice, man. You guys are spread all across the board doing some amazing things. But I'm curious, what's next with IPOC, and where can people go who are watching to get involved with the event?
What's next for us? We are planning, we're trying to, for the rest of the year, every fourth Saturday of the month, we're trying to do that COVID response and pass out that PPE until January 1. So hopefully, with fingers crossed, we get donations and we get that stuff situated. You can find Indiana Pride of Color at Indiana Pride of Color.life. We also have a Facebook page, Indiana Pride of Color. So check us out.
Brilliant. Thank you so much again, Carl.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So we're going to wrap with a poem written by a poet of note who is my auntie in my head, Mama Sonny Patterson. This poem is titled We Made It. And it's a poem that chronicles the events of Hurricane Katrina, which feels a little appropriate right now, considering that we're on the cusp of the 15th anniversary of the storm that shook the South back in 2005. It's titled We Made It. So I'm from a stock that pitched cocktail bombs and hand grenades. We pour cayenne pepper around the perimeter of a building to keep the police dogs at bay. I'm the Panther Party in the designer housing projects in New Orleans. I'm a man turning the gun on the National Guard. Take a long, long look. I'm the cook in the kitchen asking the missus to taste the dinner. Take a long, long sip, because death ain't always good. Its eyes popping out they sockets. It's a lifeless body rocking backwards and forwards. It's a man stabbed 47 times in front of the church house. It's a man 43 years old doing unholy things in unholy places. Nah, death ain't always good. It just don't sound like something I want to eat often. And I hear them say it was like a train came through the room. Left mama so depressed she was unable to move until one day. A few months after the hurricane, husband and child found the Trinity bloody in bed, his wife, son, and their daughter dead. And on the end table, there was a letter that read, I couldn't stay here. Not for 1 minute longer, and it made no sense for me to leave here alone, because who would take care of my babies with their mama gone? I'm telling you, death ain't always good. It'll leave you fending for water and food. It'll riddle up your body in the Audubon ballroom. They'll El Haj Malik El Shabazz you, crown you king, then dethrone you in a Lorraine hotel. They'll disfigure your body to where folk can't tell if you Emmett Till or not. So tell me, mama, keep that casket open. Let all the world see it ain't just burning in Mississippi. Mississippi. Hell is hot wherever you be. From the rooftops to the cell block, stand on up to the auction block and bend over. Touch your toes, show your teeth. Lift her chest and examine his nethers. Now that almost sounds like a hip hop song, but it's slavery at its peak. A circus for all the freaks. They'll warn you caution when you speak. Can't afford the truth to leak, so we'll say blessed are the meek, and are the ones who make peace, and are the ones who are persecuted for the sake of righteousness, for we say theirs is the kingdom. If earth is our inheritance, then no matter how treacherous, they'll try to trap us in them trenches, and we'll dig deeper ditches, but all that matters is this. Which side will we pick? Which path will we choose, either win or lose? Because death don't come in vain, not for us to remain enslaved or our spirits to remain in cages. It comes so we know we might be courageous, to fulfill our obligation to our God and all creation, and stand in determination, able to look death straight in the face and say we made it. That is a poem by Sonny Patterson. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's virtual First Friday program and the opening for Spectrum 3 and LGBTQIA+ exhibition. A special thanks to all of our community partners, Indy Pride, Indiana Pride of Color, Garfield Brewery, and all three of our amazing performers. This exhibition will be up all month long at the Garfield Park Arts Center, and specifically at their website, GPACarts.org. So we encourage you to visit, check out the artwork, and maybe even buy a piece or two. You can find me across all social platforms at YoDevG, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, everything. Thank you all so much for tuning in and sharing virtual space with us. Have a great weekend.